We global family. Wherever you are, greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Kalai, the small town girl who's extremely grateful. I came, I built, and I'm talking to you today. This is Midweek Momentum, week 34, the final week of month August. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping. Now, I hope you already reviewed the goal for the month of August, because this is the final week, and spoke to your working uplines, discussed with them, adjusted what you need to and what cannot be adjusted, and already decided that you got to complete what you set to complete for the week and for the month. Now, setting goals is everything. I've spoken many times in many of the midweek momentum, and I'm going to stress once again. Now, if you don't have goal, you cannot progress. And some months you decide that I'm going to let it go. I have too much going on this week, too much going on last week, too much going on, and so many things happening around me. So let me put my business aside because I can do it next week. Now, that's the biggest mistake anyone can make. When you put your goals aside, you are taking yourself backwards. Yes, there's no such thing as stagnant. You're going to be stagnant. Okay, I'm not going to do anything this month or this week. I'll come back and continue. There is no such thing. The day you stop focusing on your goals, the week, the month, you are taking yourself backwards. Now you can ask anyone, someone who runs a marathon, an athlete, somebody who works in the gym, somebody is working on your personal goals like weight goals or any goals. When you stop, it is backwards. You're taking yourself backwards. Now, what you must do, no matter what happens, you need to stay on your goals. You can review, you can discuss with your working uplines, you can readjust. It doesn't matter, but you got to stay on your goals. And the reason why many people cannot stay on the goals, because you are tackling urgent matters. Everything around you is urgent, urgent, urgent. Now, there is something called important. Now, you choose urgent over important. What is urgent? Now, you are in an urgent situation because of all the decisions you made in the last couple of years. Now, everything is urgent. Now, what is important? The decisions that you make, the actions you take, that is going to impact or determine how you're going to be or what's going to look like in the next 2 to 3 years. So now you're here handling urgent. But if you don't pay attention to important things, that is your goal, that is your business, that is building your business for the future. Now, in the next 2 to 3 years, you will only be tackling urgent things. Now, when you set goal, it is not only about the outcome. Many people tell me, oh no, I wanted to sign up this person and then they didn't sign up, they delayed, I got discouraged. What is that? Discouraged, okay? You got discouraged. I understand it's okay to get discouraged, but it's not okay to not do what you got to do for the future, for your goals. Now, progress, goals track progress. Progress is not only about the sign up. Progress is so many things that you need to measure. If you cannot measure that and you don't know, you don't have a goal, you cannot measure, how do you know you're progressing? So you need to progress, you need to measure, you need that goals. So what can you measure? Hey, if I invite, are they going to turn up? What are my dropouts? Are my dropouts now getting less? Are my calls improving? My ability to bring somebody to the table, my ability to present, my ability to edify my uplines in my system, my ability to talk about the plan, my ability to talk about the products, my ability to tell people that this is the best opportunity on the planet Earth. Now, is that improving? My ability to get somebody back after a presentation, my ability to get them to put their money together if they don't have. to see the business, to sign up in the business. Now, is that improving? Without all that improving, just focusing on the sign-ups and getting disappointed because you didn't get the sign-up doesn't make sense. So you to track your progress. You got to track your progress. And that is why setting goal is extremely important. Now, you have done that. I want to talk to you about one more topic today, and that is VCON. So if you already signed up for VCON, you bought your ticket, you packed your bag, congratulations. But you haven't decided to get to VCON. Now I need you to listen to me carefully. Ability is good. Skills is good. But what helps with the results, what brings the result, it's belief. Believing that you can do it. Now, you can only believe what you see, what you feel, what you truly inside you, that, I can see myself doing it. I can see myself on that stage. I can see myself sharing my story. I can see myself coming out of my debts. I can see myself making money. I can see myself maxing out. I can see myself doing it. I can see myself sitting here with my team. I can see myself being an in-service. I can see myself as an upline to my organization. You only achieve what you can see and deeply feel. Now, that part can only be done by VCON. By VCON. Let me tell you this. My first VCON was a decision I made in 48 hours. I had a strong upline back then who was the upline who was handling the system that I used to attend. Not the direct referral. I didn't have a direct referral, direct working upline. So I used to go to my parent system. And VP Ranjit was the upline back then. And he was so strict. And he said, I don't care who you are, what you are doing, and whatever you study, and how smart you are. Pack your bags and get to VCON. And I see you at VCON when we open the doors. And I was so new, haven't really made any money in the business, and struggling to even try to present. And I lost the person who signed me up in the business, and I was broke. And I had 48 hours to pack my bags, get onto that flight for the first time in my life, and get to VCON. And it was VCON Thailand, the VCON that changed everything. The way I saw money, success, life, lifestyle, how I could live my life, my potential, everything. And I did, because I didn't want to miss out. I didn't want to lose that chance to see what I can do. Why is it my system, my upline, is telling me that this VCON is everything? And I didn't have the money. I literally sold every single thing that I could sell to get to my first VCON. And you know what? When I came back, in 2 weeks, I made 2,000 US dollars. The first time ever in my life, I made a $2,000 like in 2 weeks. My salary back then was $1,500 as an engineer, and I was blown. You see, I'm an engineer. I did a master's in engineering, and I'm trained to understand, to study data and to see what is happening and how to process it. So when I saw myself making that $2,000, it just snapped. Something here just snapped. And I was like, how? How? All this while I was struggling. There's something that happened with my belief. I saw other people doing it. The energy was so high. I was so excited. I just believed I can do it. I believed I can achieve. I believed I can lead. I believed I can succeed. And that feeling was priceless. That place I was in, priceless. Let me tell you why. Because when I came back, I did the $2,000 and I got back the money that I spent for the VCON. I set my next goal. My next goal was to clear a bank loan worth $10,000. And you know what? I did it in less than 90 days. When I did that, another line was erased in my head. I can do it. And guess what happened? After that, I set my third goal. In the next 90 days, I'm going to make my 1-year engineer's pay in a month. And I did that. You know what that did for me? It just made me believe that every goal I set, it's possible. It is just what I'm willing to believe. And I never stopped going back to VCON. Since 2005 till this year, 2026, I have not missed a single VCON. Even at my lowest point in my life, I packed my bag and show up at a VCON. My organization fell apart. My organization collapsed. I lost leaders. I packed those who I can and went back to VCON. What makes us, the V and QNet, the most amazing organization in the industry? A company where people truly achieve financial success. People stay here is because of VCON. It's that environment which is priceless. And I want you, no matter where you are, who you are, pack your bag, get to VCON, and don't come alone. Bring a friend on the left and on the right, a downline on the left, on the right. Never sit in VCON alone. And the reason being, when you're excited, when you're super excited, and when you want to go out and build, when you have a left and right, you will be more excited to build. And the more people you put in that room, you will have more chances of people wanting to work with you. And when you and your team in this place where you experience that together, that energy, when you come out, you will build stronger, bigger, and louder. So I see you at VCON. Make week 34 count. Love you guys.